Hey, you freaky folks out there. This is Alex K from The Oven. This episode of the podcast, we're interviewing a shaman. His name is Greg Prasker. He is a very interesting fellow. A shaman, if you don't know, a shaman is someone who is considered to have a transcendence in healing from both the spiritual and physical world. It's a very, very interesting topic to discuss and very therapeutic, honestly. He has an energy to him. Yeah, but he didn't become a shaman out of nowhere. He started with hypnotherapy, which is used amongst all sorts of types of medical fields. And then we ended up talking about his other passion, which is CBD oils and how those can benefit the quality of life for others as well. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Hey, thank you everybody for joining us. I'm here with Shaman Greg Prasker. Would you kind of give yourself a little introduction, man? Well, what do you do, man?
Yeah, so I'm a shaman. Started out, I was depressed and anxious for a lot of my life, and I was on anti-anxiety, Xanax, Ativan. I was on all different medications, and I was just kind of numb to the world, waiting for life to happen, and it never did. So a little over 5 years ago, I just kind of stopped taking everything, all my medications, and quit cold turkey, which I would never suggest anyone do. I turned to hypnosis, and my life just changed instantly through, even practicing on each other in class. So I knew I had to take it seriously, and so here we are 5 years later.
Yeah, man, and I must say, like, when I was researching shamanism and stuff, my first image of a shaman was like from overseas with the robes and stuff.
Of course.
And then I was looking into it, and one of the signs to find a fake shaman is they look like that. To find like an authentic shaman, they just look like regular people.
Yeah.
And it kind of like it blew me away a little bit because I was just like, oh shit, he is a regular guy.
Well, it was hard for me when a shaman friend of mine said, "You're a shaman," and I was like, "What does that even mean?" And I was healing at the time, and I started with energy work, and I was sitting in ceremonies with other shamans, but once she said that, it just kind of like, I just closed my eyes and had visions of past lives of just doing this and with sound healing and with energy work and really just placing my hands over people and healing them. It's pretty wild. So, that was about 2 years ago when the whole shamanic, I embraced my shamanic roots and really brought that in.
Yeah, and you started with the hypnotherapy stuff, right? Would someone do hypnotherapy to you, or did you look into it, or what was that?
A friend of mine always said she saw me as a healer. So I didn't know what that meant either, and then all of a sudden she said hypnosis, and a friend of the family ended up teaching a course, so they let me take the course for free, and we were just practicing on each other in the course, and it was like my life was changing session by session, like nonstop. So I was like, I have to take this seriously. Mm-hmm. So I learned all I could in that course. I felt like I needed to learn more, so I studied under a different hypnotist, Cal Banyan, famous worldwide hypnotist, and it was night and day. Once I did that, finished that course, I got an office and started doing my thing more.
Wow, that's crazy. That's insane. So, I know it's a common misconception for people to think like hypnotherapy is like you see the movie Get Out.
I didn't, but I know.
Yeah, they get out where she's spinning the teacup and then they lose consciousness.
Yeah.
Like it's not like that. It's more of like kind of like basically like a meditation. It's like almost forced sort of meditation.
Well, basically meditation is to kind of shut it down and just clear your mind, where hypnosis is meditation with a purpose. It's taking it a step further and going in and making like drastic changes to your subconscious.
Okay.
And there are people that still use pendulums and things like it's all just distraction stuff, You could make someone just sleep and go under. So it just depends on the individual. Yeah. I just use a straightforward induction.
Can you make people sleep?
Oh yeah, depending on some sessions, different sessions, it depends. Some sessions you're very involved, where I'm talking to your subconscious and we're conversing. But there are other times where you're dead to the world. You're in another place. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. You'll have to do that to me sometime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it really just like that simple? You just...
Well, I do a little further.
Oh, yeah,
it takes me like a few minutes, but yeah, that's how it works.
Wow,
you set, like in the session before, you set it so you can do something like that. When I touch you on the shoulder and do this, you'll just go under.
Oh, okay.
So it's an anchor, just setting that post-hypnotic suggestion beforehand.
Oh, okay. All right. So, do you still have a teacher for like your shamanism and stuff like that? Do you still?
I never really did. It's interesting because a lot of people ask me, who did you study under? Did you go down to Peru and live in the jungle for 10 years?
Yeah.
I didn't. I just got initiated by a shaman friend of mine, and it was kind of an ascension initiation. and everything just opened up. So I just had this download to get a set of tuning forks and start working with people's energy fields. So I did. I took this quick course online, and I set up a massage table at this expo, and I just started going around cleaning people's fields like I'd been doing it forever. And I'm like going like 3 feet out and being like, all right, what happened when you were 20? Like feeling actually like blockages in people's fields, and it was like I knew this is what I had been doing.
That's crazy.
So I kind of,
Very natural then, huh? Very
easy, yeah.
Wow. And very natural for you, obviously. This isn't something like everyone is just born to do.
No, I mean, but I was, I was just this mainstream dude 6 years ago. It's funny, I always say, like, 6 years ago, I was this angry, disgruntled person, and now I just did a podcast a few weeks ago on how to be happy.
Yeah,
so it's like,
and I've seen some of your stuff, and I've looked at some of your videos, and I think my favorite one was the one about the inner child you did about a year ago.
The Ho'oponopono and inner child. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it was, and it was just you feel a lot damn better from it. Like,
it's really simple. Everybody can be happy. That's it's crazy, but it's literally you just put in the work. And I tell people, I'm like, I'm not asking you to go run 20 miles. I'm asking you to just relax.
Yeah,
like, that's it. Just pop on a recording and just disappear to it. That's what I do for myself. So.
Yeah, and for those of you who think hypnotherapy isn't like this legit thing, like hypnotherapy is used amongst all types of like fronts. Like my first time experiencing hypnotherapy was in the Army, like I was telling you earlier. Like they help it with people who are combating addictions, people who are combating sexual traumas, people who are combating PTSDs from combat. It's just all kinds of things. It works. It really does work.
Yeah. Like, from that to sports to everything.
Exactly.
All kinds of trauma and just. I mean, Tiger Woods had a hypnotist travel with him.
Really?
Michael Jordan in the 90s, they had a hypnotist in the locker room.
Oh, what? I didn't know
Olympians, it's boxers, it's big. Because it's just that focus.
It is.
Like, why not? If you could shift your mindset to something of just limitlessness, why not?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, is like, you literally have nothing to lose. Like, the only thing stopping you is you at that point.
I mean, a lot of people don't want to go back and face their childhood. They don't know what's gonna. People have a lot of repressed stuff, scared to go face that. But in general, like I've had people that, were abused their whole childhood. They were like, yeah, let's do it. They went back, they faced whoever it was, they forgave and moved on, and now they're happy.
That's powerful stuff.
It really, it's really. I'm very grateful and humbled to get to do this.
That's powerful stuff, man. And then you started getting into CBD oils, then, huh, too? Yeah.
So. Over the last few years since they legalized CBD, because the hemp plant, as long as it's from industrial hemp and under 0.3%, it's legal. So once they did that with the Farm Bill, you just started seeing more research happening, more and more research. And then you see all these testimonials and videos popping up of this guy with Parkinson's,
I saw
tremors
that.
Gone, a dog, seizures just gone, So I just did more and more research, and I got involved with this company, and I didn't really feel good with them, so I decided, they're charging too much. There's a lot of companies out there selling just not great oil. Who knows what's really in it? And it's sugars and flavorings and propylene glycol in it.
Preservatives.
And so I just said, let me start my own. Let me find a reputable farmer, someone that I align with, and my business partner and I, and that's what we did.
Right on, man. Yeah. And you guys created SupHERBals. And before we get into that, for those of you who don't know, cannabis is the entire plant. Cannabis, you got 3 things you can harvest from the cannabis. You got the oils, you got the fibers, and you got the flowers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then this is mostly for my viewers back home who aren't quite familiar, and the taboo is still very prevalent. Marijuana was something created by the American government. It's not even a real active ingredient inside cannabis. And it was part of the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937. And that's marijuana spelled with an H. And I got a lot of these facts from like the High Times and a bunch of other
and it was done not in the right, what they set it up for was just
horrible. So, so those of you who are out there who have been curious about CBDs CBD doesn't initiate the psychoactive effects that the THC does. It's different. I'll let you explain.
Yeah, CBD actually it cuts down on the psychoactive effects. So there are people that use both because CBD is great for a lot of things, but if somebody has cancer, like they need the THC, you know? So for them, they'll use high doses of THC and combat the psychoactive part of it with CBD. But,
Really? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it does. It cuts it down. So those that use a lot of CBD and, smoke marijuana every day, they're not going to get as high. It cuts that down.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. So you basically can combat combat the psychoactive effects while still. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing shit. I didn't know that.
So yeah, basically, I mean, the THC, the CBD, they're all cannabinoids, and how it works is we have an endocannabinoid system in our body that they found in the 90s. So all mammals have it: us, dogs, cats, horses, ferrets, and basically we have CB receptors, CB1 receptors in our brain, throughout our brain, our reproductive organs, and CB2 throughout our whole immune system. So wherever it needs to go, that's where it goes. You have foot pain, it's going to go there. My mother has rotator cuff tears, that's where it goes. For me, anxiety and depression, for other people, not anymore. For me, focus and energy.
Yeah.
So, it goes to wherever it's needed for that. It stimulates the 5-HT1A receptor in the brain, which is the serotonin receptor.
Yep.
So for antidepressants, addiction, appetite, things like that.
Oh, God, and you hear about this, like, so many people who are anorexic and stuff, taking medicine like this, and they kind of have to eat.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. In the 90s, we heard about, when I was growing up, I heard about people who were on chemo just using marijuana to actually, help with the nausea and hunger. But in actuality, it was doing a lot more than just that.
Yeah, and they didn't even know. They didn't know clear. It was wild.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, it's not FDA approved, so I'm not even supposed to discuss, hey, this can help you with this, or this can help you. I mean, while we're a little smaller now, I'll do it, but on a greater scale, we can't even have, reviews on our website.
Wow,
we
really?
can't even have testimonials of someone that, we have someone that, I'm not going to claim that our product did it, but we have someone that doesn't have cancer anymore.
Holy shit.
So, it's, we can't even put that on our website. It's crazy.
That's so wild, and it's really, that makes it frustrating and whatnot, but also, I mean, you guys are doing phenomenal shit. I mean, especially with the shamanistic work and now this. Do you want to kind of present this and what SupHERBals is, man?
So SupHERBals was a business partner came up with the name. Logo's mine, nice tree of life. SupHERBals was, formed based on just really trying to change the world with CBD oil and doing it at a more an affordable, it's not cheap CBD, but at the same time, it's way more affordable than all these companies out there. So because of the shamanic side of what I do, I also bless the oil with Palo Santo and sage, which removes all, energetic impurities. I attune it with different sound frequencies with 528 hertz, which is the love frequency. It actually changes your DNA. 396 hertz clears grief and fear. So, and then I Reiki infuse it. I do Diksha, which is the Indian oneness blessing, and it's like the Indian version of Diksha. So there's a lot more than just CBD in here. There's a lot of love and intention really put into this bottle.
Yeah.
We're not trying to mass produce something just to take all the energy and spirit out of it, because plants have energy. Plants are all energy. Plants have spirit behind them, So when you're just whacking up a plant over and over and just leaving nothing, it's there's nothing
like
in
the other
it.
people do add the preservatives, add the sugars.
Yeah.
You're taking away from it at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my business partner and I got started. We didn't even know each other growing up from the same neighborhood. I mean, I knew of each other, but I was involved with his brother at first, and then his brother was like, "We got to bring my brother in." We brought him in, and then me and him actually parted ways with his brother, so he didn't get involved. So it's just the two of us, and he's I couldn't ask for a better partner. Like it's the universe just did its thing, because he works at a school for special needs children, so we're both drawn to helping children with special needs in some way. I don't know what that's going to be like. CBD, they are doing a lot of research with autism and things, and he's just a good person. And while he might not be the most spiritual of people, and when we first met, no clue about anything I did, he's coming to sound baths with me. He's like opening up, and he just trusts my vision. He trusts singing bowls and tuning forks and gongs, just clearing you. Yeah, you gotta try it out. What? Look on my Facebook. I do a couple. Yeah, check out my Facebook for all you watching.
Yeah, and where do you find you on Facebook?
Facebook.com /G Prasker or Greg Prasker. And then Shaman Greg at Shaman, /Shaman Greg, /SupHERBals. So yeah, he's just opening up, and he trusts my vision. He sees, when I tell him, listen, this isn't your regular, I don't do things like everybody thinks in business. You have to do things exactly the business way. I'm guided by up above. I have so many. I was told from the beginning, I have so many high-powered angels and spirit guides and this and that are just guiding me along to where I have to go. So I trust in whatever comes to me, and if it's and we do it with integrity. It's everybody we get involved with has to be aligned with what we're doing, not just, people who are just trying to make a quick buck. It's, if somebody comes to me and they're like, I can sell 1,000 bottles next month, that means nothing to me. If you're just trying to, if you're not here to change the world alongside of us. And we have so many beautiful people who are joining forces with us that are doing just that.
Man, that's amazing to hear, dude. It's exciting. And this isn't the only way you can take CBD, right?
Yeah, so we just started making it in a vape form. We use caprylic acid, which is a triglyceride in MCT oil, because a lot of people are using MCT with their CBD vapes, but there are certain triglycerides.
What's MCT?
MCT is fractionated coconut oil. So it's liquid. Coconut oil is hard, but it's liquid. Yeah. It's parts taken out. So it's just the triglycerides, I believe. And certain triglycerides should not be vaped. Yet some of these companies are selling straight MCT oil in their vapes. I have a friend who's an herbalist who makes herbal vapes, and he did a lot of research and told me about this way. So we use caprylic acid, CBD, and terpenes, which are natural from the plant. They're what gives the herb its flavor and smell. When you have for those that smoke marijuana, different strains, and you smell it, that's the terpenes. But it's also medicinal as well.
Yeah.
So we have like a lemon haze that'll be a little more uplifting, and then we have banana kush that'll be a little more calming.
Okay.
So, and then we have a pain relief roll on now. We're going to have massage oil. We're going to be in skincare products and huge animal line. Yeah. This stuff is life. It's really it puts your body in homeostasis.
And it's the crazy part is it all comes from one plant.
That's it. Well, so people are like, do you have a formula for this? Do you have the same formula for everything? It just does what it's supposed to do, and it does it quick, and it doesn't have to build up. It's
wild.
Yeah.
One thing I heard you mention briefly, but it got my attention with it, was the hertz with the sound of love. What is?
So I work with in my sound healing. I work with tuning forks, and I work with the solfeggio frequencies, which they say is an ancient set of frequencies that were kind of hidden because they literally heal you. You have 396, which is for guilt and fear. You have 417 hertz, which is for transitioning into the next step in your life or something like that.
How do you find out about these frequencies?
I found they just popped out from it. Yeah, they presented themselves. And I had a friend who did some spiritual work on me, and she told me about 528 hertz. And that is just the love frequency it's known as. And it actually goes in and changes your DNA. So there's a set of 9 frequencies I work with that when I do the tuning fork work. And it's,
we'll have to try.
That's part yeah, I actually have my tuning forks with me.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Can I grab you want to grab them now?
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. It's exciting. Yeah. So here we got the tuning forks, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So right here, this is 174 hertz. This is for pain. So generally for pain. What?
Any pain?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And I use it to kind of clear the energy field overall in general, because it's like a lower vibration. So I'm just combing through. So if I'll go around but it's a lot more in detail. It takes a lot longer where I go around and I sweep through 6 feet out, going in and just clearing the field, and then do chakra work with different ones. So, so this is the 528 hertz. So in my sessions, when I make recordings for people, I put this in I make sure my music is set to 528 hertz.
Oh, that sounds so weird. I don't know if you could hear that on the mic, but that was... you definitely could... Wow. That's...
Okay. And these are yeah, the 852 and the 963, those are your third eye and your crown chakra. You just open up to spirit, so it's a lot higher frequencies.
Oh, okay. Shit.
So there's a lot to this, and then this one, and then, your 7 will be for your throat chakra, and you just go through and just do a ton of clearing and healing with it, and it's pretty profound stuff. So I generally, when I listen to music, it's all about frequency and vibration, because we're all energy. So certain, things we eat that have no frequency in it, that actually bring down your vibration, music we listen to, processed foods with all the energy taken out. There's nothing there. It's devoid of energy.
I can see that. That's why you feel like shit after certain meals.
Yeah, so you look at music like curtain music, like I forgot her name. Like that vibrates at like 700-800. The Earth is vibrating somewhere at like 500. It's like the Schumann resonance and all this
It's
interesting
really interesting.
stuff.
I've never.
And then these right here, I'll show you. This is for placing on the body. It's actually for pain, and you put it on bone, and it releases nitric oxide for healing. So yeah, I'll put it on. I'll show you.
Oh shit.
And doctors have been using this, you know, they use
Really?
tuning forks for, there's actually like medicinal sets, but it literally, if you have like arthritis, shoulder pain, it just...
No, I have a knot in my leg,
Oh,
though,
do you?
that don't feel that bad. That's weird.
And then I work with chimes and tuning forks. I just started playing the didgeridoo, if you know what the didgeridoo.
No, what's that?
It's the oldest woodwind instrument. It's from New Zealand and Australia. The Aboriginals use it. It's like, you've definitely heard it. It's like the wah, 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 wah.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah,
okay,
it's like a long tube.
Yeah,
So I started playing that, and I'm gonna get all different kinds of percussion, and really, I mean, that's like kind of more my hobby. Like that's what I do in like live workshops, and I do it during my sessions. But I really love putting on like shows and doing it with all different instruments and stuff
man,
like
that's
that.
crazy. Yeah, I definitely want to get into more about that probably like after this and whatnot, because I could already like. I feel something.
Yeah, I mean,
it's different. Like,
listen, I have you guys, all of you, just go on Facebook and look. I have so many videos of me just doing this. It's you know, you don't have to be. It's the beauty of it is because we're all energy. It's like we're all in the ether meeting each other. So if I'm working on you and you're in China, it works just as effective if you're next to me.
That's crazy. That's so weird. Man, I think there was another thing I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, yeah, okay. One thing I did want to ask you, and we'll kind of get rid of that little segment. One thing I did want to ask you is there any negative side effects when taking, like, CBD oils?
It really isn't. Like, our bodies need it, you know? They occur naturally in our bodies. So it's, you know, we have endocannabinoids inside. We have phytocannabinoids we get from vegetables, different things, but not in, you know, big amounts. So I was actually reading some research. I'm not, you know, vouching for this. I didn't do the research myself, but I saw that they're starting to see that some of our ailments come from not having enough cannabinoids, cannabinoid deficiency syndrome. So that's why this goes in your body, and all of a sudden your inflammation's like instantly gone.
Oh, you know? I've definitely done stuff like this in the past where I've had a bad back. I've had bad back issues from the army, and that stuff, it relieves my back pain and it relieves my anxiety. It relieves a lot of stress. It's I mean, I don't see a downside to it.
I mean, if you say you have anxiety and you take a lot of it, you know, and it calms you, you take a lot of it, it could, you know, make you extra calm and go to sleep. Like the vape pens tend to calm you down more. So those are, you know, a lot of people will tend to smoke later at night because it'll you know, knock them out.
Okay.
But for me, we also just made it liposomal, it's called, so it's more bioavailable, and that's why we add the sunflower lecithin in. So what that does is we use that in ultrasonic vibration, that it binds the molecules together and encapsulates the CBD and MCT inside of the sunflower lecithin, which is a fat. So it goes through your blood-brain barrier, which most medication can, and it goes through your digestive tract without getting broken down by the enzymes and the, you know, and the stomach acids like other ones do. So they say that when you're just taking a regular medicine or even regular CBD oil, not in this way, you get maybe 10% out of it. With this, once we started doing that, I cut down my dose like 20 to 25% of what I was taking, and I don't drink coffee anymore. Like, I get so much energy. I had a cup like the past 2 nights going out to eat, but I don't like depend on drinking coffee every day. This gives me crazy energy throughout the day.
That's crazy, and that's a lot of what people struggle with these days is stress management, stress management, sleep. There's any kind of anxiety. Like, a lot of these people are going through low energy.
Well, a big
drowsiness.
big problem is diet. You know, I mean, that's anytime anybody reaches out to me for, you know, arthritis or cancer or this, I'm like, what's your diet? oh, I have arthritis. What's your diet? Well, I eat pasta 5 days a week. Well, that's kind of, that's inflaming you. So maybe you should think about that. And look, I'm not one to talk. I'm like eating 85% clean. I'm almost there. Getting to 100%. But still, at the same time, like if it's hurting you that much of something, that's the reason. For a lot of people. And so to change your diet and use this is everything.
It's wild, and you have the proof right here, man. And you can go to SupHERBals.com. You can look at all these amazing products they got. You can go to the Facebook. You can follow them on YouTube.
A YouTube channel, Shaman Greg Prasker. Instagram at Shaman Greg, at SupHERBals, at Shaman Greg Prasker, at SupHERBals, Facebook.
Yeah, and I've done some sessions with you without even meeting you.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the beautiful part.
Yeah, I have people that just do like my free work, and my friend in the UK, like everything shifted for her. And so it's not just having to sit down individually with me, just do something. That's it. Changing your life, just do something, anything, just even if 5 minutes a day, just taking deep breaths, something, just treat yourself,
it's all about loving yourself, right?
That's it, and most people don't. That's the problem in society with everything now in society is nobody loves themselves.
Yeah, and you're taking a very big leap in helping spread the love, dude, and I love having you. And then I got one more question for you. It's my golden question. So, in your own words, how would you say you improve the quality of life for yourself and for others by doing what you do? You do shamanistic work, hypnotherapy, and SupHERBals.
Well, for myself, I'm happy. That's it. I'm inner peace, happiness, zen. Like, I've had some taxing things happen over the last few weeks, and none of them bothered me. And things that, like, I would lose my mind years before. I'm just, all right, money, maybe something happened with our money, with our credit card processor, and I'd normally bug out. Like, all right, everything happens for a reason. On a larger scale, over the years, people with anxiety, depression, kids with learning disabilities, eating disorders, just everything, I just want everybody to feel how I feel inside. Like, that's it. So that's what I'm working towards, helping anybody and everybody get there who want it. I don't push it on everybody like I used to. Whoever wants my help, I'm here. But you got to fully want it and be ready, whether it be the hypnosis or this, to just make some lifestyle changes and be happy. So, yeah.
That's fucking awesome, dude. And I hope to work with you more and probably have you on again in the future, man.
Absolutely,
I love doing this shit with you, and I hope to hear more from SupHERBals and stuff. And I want you guys to flourish and grow, and I hope to see you doing all kinds of crazy shit in the future.
Much appreciated, man.
Thank you, man. We can call this quits. All right. Later.
Yeah, the second. Get up out my way, let's go. This what you want, better be for sure. Get up out my way, let's go. Better hit the deck, better hit the floor. Spray off like paint, I'll make a scene. Don't come by yourself, better bring your team. Straight out of nightmare, leave you right there. Out of life skills, I'm right here, it's not a dream. Get up out my way, let's go. This what you want, better be for sure. Get up out my way, let's go. Better hit the deck, better hit the floor. Spray off like paint, I'll make a scene. Don't come by yourself, better bring your team. Straight out of nightmare, leave you right there. Out of life skills, I'm right here, it's not a dream. Out to get to hell, I bailed and tipping my hat to demons. All the screaming, it's got me fiending. I'm looking like I'm leaning. 666, that crucifix, who flipped it upside down? Holy water, it's mixing, I'm about to pour it out. Mama done lost my faith, reverting back to my ways. You told me to read the Bible, but I can't stop smoking the page. It's a good book, but I'm not shook that I lost my grace that God took. It's that hook that I can't stop rapping, don't bother to ask what happened. I came to conclude we're all alluding to all illusions. With a blind that lead the blind, don't mind